Today I've shown you the art of fussy cutting and all of my tips and techniques to show you the way I do it, and I hope that you've been able to get inside my head a little bit and see the way I design my quilts and fussy cut and all those little tips that I've shown you. Take them away with you and use them and work with them and make your quilts your own. I worked with my range of fabric or my collection of fabric today called Bittersweet, and I want you to look at one of the quilts that I've made in that particular collection. So it's made with the Bittersweet, and again I've coupled it with a lot of the Riley Blake basic fabrics. So in this particular quilt, that collection had 24 pieces in it, and so I combined that with another 26 of the Riley Blake basics, and that would have meant stripes, spots, there could be some gingham in there, and all sorts of different basics, some shades, some solids, some wave fabric, chevron, all sorts of different basic fabrics. And each one of these blocks is all pieced together. Some of them are fussy cut, some of them are not. So if you have a look over here, some of these pieces are fussy cut. Over here they're fussy cut, and I've put a simple stripe in here. Some are not fussy cut. This is a circle dot, and this is fussy cut here. There's a lot of busyness going on there in each of those blocks. So what I've done is, to separate that busyness so it doesn't look like a mishmash of colour, I've separated it with these little 2-inch elongated hexagons. So in these pieces here there's 4 shapes, so 4 2-inch elongated hexagons, and the centre block is black. And then I've come out to a licorice and to a dark grey, to a grey, to a light grey, to a white. So you get that gradation of colour, so it looks a little bit three-dimensional. But that's the way I define my fussy cutting. If you were to sew all of that together without separating it with some, I call it normality or some constant, then it would look a bit, a bit messy in my eyes. In somebody's eyes it may not, but in my eyes it would look a little messy. So that's how I've done that, and I've just added a little spot around the outside. I've appliqued the edges down onto my border here. It's a beautiful quilt. It's called Quattro Colour, using the Bittersweet range of fabric, and I hope that today that I've inspired you in some small way, that you can take some of my tips and techniques home with you and use them in your quilts and make some gorgeous things. And remember, share these with us. We'd love to see what you've done. We'd love to see your fussy cutting, and you can go to my website busyfingerspatchwork.com, and you can have a look at all of the different designs that I do, and there's many of them, small projects, big projects, large quilts, small quilts, and I've been absolutely blessed to be able to share this day with you. So I hope that you come back and see us again soon.